ready? The Power Hour with Amit Inamdar is your single most source of credible real estate advice, where Amit will answer your questions ranging from home financing, home buying and home selling in today's real estate market. So come join the Power Hour with Amit Inamdar.
Only real estate show filled with credibility, authority and expertise. Every Friday 4 p.m. only on Radio Zindagi.
Radio Zindagi 1550 AM के साथ जी जा.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the following program reflect the views of the program contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views of AAA Broadcasting LLC and its management or its sponsors.
Own sweet home, own sweet home. I dream of my own sweet home. Right here, right now, Amit Inamdar will show you how. Call Amit and you are set. Or just visit ownsweethome.net.
DRE license number 013555522 and NMLS number 236574.
Hello, namaste and welcome Radio Zindagi listeners. Today we have another exciting show, Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. You are going to get the power-packed 30 minutes of information on concerns regarding home ownership. We always welcome you to call us at 510-770-1550 to ask a question on the radio. However, if you are unable to get in, you can always submit a question for personal response. Just go to Amit's website, ownsweethome.net, and click on the radio show link to submit your question. Hey, and you can always find Amit Inamdar just by searching his name on Google. Hello, Amit, and welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Renuka. Hello, friends, and Own Sweet Home. Welcome to my show, Power Hour with me, Amit Inamdar. Today, we are going to talk about something really, really basic, and that is related to your fears even before you decide to become a homeowner. There are concerns related to property values going down, being able to afford a mortgage, being able to make ongoing payments, the job security, the visa status, life stability, just name it. And what if you get tired of that neighborhood you decided to buy in or you already bought in? Rent versus buy scenario and so on. There are so many fears that one has to face before even getting to a decision of buying a home. Sure, the home purchase is the largest investment of your life, and it's perfectly okay to have these concerns.
Of course, friends, the decision to invest all your life savings in one asset is a scary thought. However, the home purchase is the biggest investment, and it takes all you got for many of us. Not only your life savings, however, it may take all your courage to make a decision that is so big and bold.
However, look at the big picture. Every building, every house that you see when you're driving around or just walking around the neighborhood is owned by someone who is in the ownership for the long term. The history shows that the real estate prices rise over long term. And do not forget the important fact that you have limited work life. If you plan to retire by the current retirement age of 65 years, and typical home mortgages are roughly 30 years, you better own a home today, because if you are above 35 years, you have a lot to catch up, and if under, you need a good advice on what to do in life. However, as the story goes for many of us, in our 20s, we are trying to prove ourselves after our education and the degree and our first job. And in our 30s, we are trying to establish our social presence by being with the friends, trying to buy cars, trying to show off, or trying to prove our status in the social environment. So, it may not hit you until after you reach 40 what to do with your life. One of the fear that is so fresh to many is the mortgage crisis of 2008 and the fall in the property values.
Yes, Amit. Listeners, if you want to get hold of us, studio number is 510-770-1550. 510-770-1550. Yes, during the 2008 crisis, many people lost their homes. Many homeowners lost their sleep over the fact that their homes were underwater, and many had their mortgages modified to fit their income. And actually, the crisis not only hit the Bay Area, but all over the U.S. and also many parts of the world.
Yes, and that was very scary. However, look now. The markets are back with tremendous force, higher than the peaks of 2006. One thing to remember in housing is you are buying it for a long term and you need not worry about the intermediate fluctuations or downturns. You need to look at your home purchase for what it is, a long-term investment. Just think this thought. If you bought a home today worth $1 million based on your affordable payments, and even if prices did not go up, you will be a millionaire at the end of the mortgage term because you'll be paying off that $1 million home mortgage by the time the mortgage term gets over. Do you have any other way of saving money that will get you to that goal? If you look at your housing expenses, major expense is your monthly rent. Key is to buying a home is when you convert these expenses like the rent expenses to your home ownership. So what if it means higher mortgage payments? A new improved lifestyle also comes with that, right?
Yes, and spending money on the rent month after month is without any returns, either emotional or financial, is definitely a throwing your money away. I also like the thought that you're becoming a millionaire at the end of the mortgage term. I really like that.
Absolutely. See, I mean, look at it. If you bought a $500,000 home, you'll be half a millionaire if prices didn't go up. If you buy $1 million home, you will be a millionaire at the end of the mortgage term. So think about that. I mean, because you do not have any other instrument that's going to get you there or that's going to put the discipline in your life to get to that level. Okay. And yes, and as the home values go up, you will also have home appreciation gains as a bonus. These gains are a lot more than one can imagine. Over the last 50 years, on an average, Bay Area home prices have doubled every 10 years. Good thing is, when a $500,000 home doubles to $1 million home, you are not required to make the $500,000 to purchase the home. All you need is as little as $20,000 or maybe 20% down payment in today's market. This term is defined as leverage in real estate. To illustrate this different way, let's look at a $500,000 home that you will purchase with $100,000 down. And I'm purchasing the home next door, very identical to that one, for $500,000 in cash. Someday, maybe a year, 2 or 3 years down the line, the homes are going to be worth around $600,000. And that's irrespective of the down payment you and I put in. You put in $100,000, I put in $500,000. However, from the investment standpoint, your $100,000 is now $200,000, and you have a 100% return on your investment. Whereas my $500,000 goes, it has turned into $600,000, and I only have 20% return on investment. So your investment is a leverage investment, mine is not. What I should have really done is to buy 5 homes with $100,000 down payment each, and I would have doubled my $500,000 investment to another $500,000.
So listeners, we are talking about home ownership concerns today. Studio number is 510-770-1550. Of course, the market inventory is very low. Prices are rising, and under new rules, the buyer qualification has reduced. So that is actually making the market tougher on the first-time home buyers. When Amit works with buyers, he will pre-approve you in advance for the loan. This is not only help buyers, but will also help sellers. If you are planning to sell, all you need is one qualified buyer to buy your home. Amit has already pre-approved these buyers, so whether you want to sell in open market using Amit's proven marketing methods or you want to do a silent market sale, you can call Amit directly at 510-364-6686. You can also visit his website ownsweethome.net. That is OWN, ownsweethome.net. If you forget these numbers, just Google Amit Inamdar Real Estate Broker and you will know ways to find him. So Amit, we have been talking about the concerns regarding the home ownership. You talked about leverage in buying real estate. Isn't that the letter L in the word real?
Yes, the REAL, real in real estate, each word has a meaning, as you pointed out. The L stands for leverage, so we're kind of working backwards now. And the previous word A stands for appreciation. As the home values appreciate, you benefit. And of course, the whole world of real estate is for your benefit. The word E that comes before A stands for equity gains. You get the equity gains both from appreciation and paying down your mortgage every month. Your monthly payments include both interest on the loan and the principal payoff. And you systematically build equity in your home by paying off the principal. And lastly, the first letter R is for real. The real estate investment is real. It's attached to the ground, okay? It's you can see it, you can feel it. It's not like a paper investment like stocks or other instruments that can evaporate as the markets turn. So understand it very well. Real estate investment is very, very real. I'm sure you can name at least 10 of your friends whose homes are worth above $1 million today. However, you will have tough time thinking of even 2 or 3 friends who have become millionaires using stocks and bonds, right?
Yep, very, very thought-provoking argument, Amit. I'm sure many of your clients are already millionaires.
Of course, and they are using their rent money plus additional investment to own their homes free and clear over the mortgage term. Another fear people have is the cost of maintenance. Maintaining a home, as you know, can be very expensive. When you rent, all you have to do is call the landlord or the property management company. They will come over and fix anything that's broken. So, looks like we have a caller coming up. Hi. All right.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? This is Amit Inamdar. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Amit. This is Rajiv here.
Yes, Rajiv. How can I help?
Amit, you were just talking about the appreciation being $100,000 on a $500,000 in a home.
Yeah.
The one point I wanted to mention was, it's not true appreciation because when you sell that home, you do pay a significant amount in brokerage. So I think you should reduce that amount.
Yeah, right. You're absolutely right, Rajiv.
Cost,
yeah.
Right. So you should discount the closing cost, which is another 10, 20,000, whatever that amount is, plus a 500,000 loan which you took from the bank. You are also paying interest on that to the bank. So you should reduce all those amounts before you can say what is the actual realized profit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rajiv. Okay, first of all, I wasn't talking about selling the home. I was just telling you it will go to that price. So we are not actually incurring any selling expenses at this point. We're just looking at our investment kind of growing from 100K to 200K. The second question you have about you paying interest on the mortgage that you have, if you look at it from the standpoint of generally accepted accounting principles, okay, or GAAP as they call it, the asset appreciation and cash flows are treated separately. Okay, if you had $100,000 to invest, you can put it in a CD at 1%, and a few years later you may have maybe $3,000. Okay, against if you invested that in the real estate, you will have that $200,000 at least on paper. Okay, because you're not selling it right now. The loan that you have, when you're making an investment, you're going to make investments such that your rents are going to cover for the mortgage. Okay, at least the expenses like interest and the property taxes and the homeowner insurance and other things. So you have to look at it from the standpoint of how you manage your cash flow and how you actually increase your asset to the asset appreciation level. But if you want to combine everything into one, then yeah, of course, you have to look at the net present value of future cash flows, and you can do that. And still the real estate comes out way ahead of all other investments.
No, I understand your point, Amit, and the reason I bring that up is I think sometimes to a listener on the radio, it's important that, if you are able to clarify
no, absolutely, absolutely.
Gains, devoid of any expenses which are involved, so the net profit or the net gain is not the same as 100,000 which we are talking about.
No, understand that. And as I said, I was not talking about selling the house. And if you are selling house, absolutely you are right. And you will have those expenses. Okay.
Perfect.
So let's take.
All right, thank you, Amit.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we were talking about the many of the clients being millionaires and other things. So And also we're talking about the cost of maintenance before this call came in, right? So home maintenance can be very expensive, and may have to actually change the roof, and roof may turn into $10,000 to $20,000 expense. The furnace replacement can turn into around $4,000 to $5,000. The air conditioners, the water heaters, the dishwashers, name it, and the costs get piled up. And this is where you need a good inspection when you are buying a home. Inspections not only reveal the problems with the equipment and appliances, they also reveal the issues such as termite issues, the mold issues, the loss of heat energy due to improper duct sealing, and so on, which may increase your ongoing costs also. However, a good inspector is able to point these out and guide you for the corrective action in terms of price and how much it may cost you over the long run.
We'll take a short break over here.
Have you joined the Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club. Membership is automatic once you buy your dream home from Amit Inamdar. He's both real estate and mortgage broker. One stop, no need to shop.
Oh, Amit Inamdar from Own Sweet Home.
Yes, that's Amit from OWN Own Sweet Home. Call him today, 510-364-6686. Again, 510-364-6686. Or visit ownsweethome.net. That is ownsweethome.net. DRE number 0135552 NMLS 236574.
Welcome back, friends. This is Amit Inamdar, and if you are in the market to sell, buy, or finance your home, you will get unbiased advice that will save you money. That is my promise to you. To get hold of me, just Google my name, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will know ways to find me. Having all your questions answered at one location and by one person means saving money, time, and having the peace of mind that you are cared for by someone like me who knows this business. Today we are talking about mortgages and the loan approval process.
Actually, Amit, we are talking about home ownership concerns today.
Oh, right. Oh, absolutely. We are not talking about mortgages, right? I somehow, with this question that came up from Rajiv, I started talking about the mortgage and the monthly payments and stuff. I see. Okay. All right. Okay.
So, listeners, if you want to get hold of Amit, just call the studio number 510-770-1550. 510-770-1550. So, Amit, we're talking about, of course, the home ownership concerns. So, the concerns like home maintenance can be addressed by proper property evaluation before you buy, and one need not to worry about since real estate is a long-term investment. However, to make those huge mortgage payments is ongoing burden and requires a long-term commitment. Many people do not want to do that. Also, people are not sure whether they want to settle, and to make such long-term commitment is hard for many. So what do you suggest?
Right. And that kind of goes with what Raji was trying to say, right? I mean, he was saying, you are going to have a mortgage and you're going to have monthly payments, so your gains are going to get compensated against that. But what people forget is either you are renting and throwing the money away, or you are actually owning the home and using that rent money towards the home ownership. So, and those concerns are very understandable. However, the mortgage payments are not as high as what people think. Of course, you are paying for the mortgage, the property taxes, the hazard insurance, maybe an HOA dues in case of a homeowner association, and they can all add up. The way to look at home affordability is to make sure that these payments are manageable. Also, you get a tax deduction for interest in the property taxes as a homeowner. What's more, if you own a property as an investment, not only you can deduct the interest in the property taxes, you can also deduct the hazard insurance, the maintenance cost, the management cost from your monthly rents you receive, and you only pay the taxes on the profits. Of course, you also get a depreciation deductions, which kind of may eat up the profits, and that fake deduction actually gives you higher returns on your investments. So one has to look at after-tax benefits of home ownership or real estate investments. You will be surprised to know that even if you buy a $750K home with 20% down payment, your after-tax payments to others will be well under $2,500 per month. To understand this, You have to understand each component of the total payment and what it means to you. It's easy to understand that when you get proper explanation.
So, Amit, the prospective home buyers can call you to understand that, right?
Oh, of course, of course. I'm always here to help them out. So my goal is to make sure you are comfortable in your home buying decisions. So I explain you the home buying process, the terms and the benefits, all the things in detail. You can also watch my recent webinar on first-time home buyers. The webinar is recorded and is on my website. Make sure you keep aside around 45 minutes to an hour to go through the webinar. This webinar is filled with tons of information and is supported by data. So, to all those with inquisitive minds, you can really enjoy this webinar. It was originally aired last month, and many took advantage of this live webinar. Now it's available in the recorded format on my website.
And that website is ownsweethome.net. That is OWNsweethome.net. The link is located as an image on the left side column. You cannot miss it. If you do not remember the website, just Google Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will get to his website. So, Amit, we are talking about the concerns regarding the home ownership, and one of the other aspect that comes in mind is buyer's remorse. I mean, if you buy something, you typically get a 30-day money-back guarantee. I guess that's true for all the ladies out there. What is it that you do not like what you buy when you are buying a home?
Sure. You also have a money-back guarantee when you're buying a home. Okay. However, you have that before you commit to the entire purchase. As a buyer, when buyers and sellers agree on the terms and the price of the home, the buyer typically deposits 3% of the purchase price as a deposit in the escrow to show their commitment to the purchase subject to certain conditions. During this conditional purchase period, buyer can do all kinds of investigations and research about the home and the neighborhood, the schools, the amenities, the crime rate, and so on. If buyer concerns are not resolved, then you as a buyer can always decide not to purchase a home and get your deposit back. And that's your equivalent of 30-day money-back guarantee. However, many times buyer may not know what to look for or even what their requirements are. Sometimes there are things that buyer don't know that they don't know. And if you don't know about the things you don't know, how are you going to even investigate those? So, just to give you an analogy, have you ever filled out that form with an investment brokerage? They will ask you these investment goals. What are your investment goals? Is it growth, income, speculation, appreciation? And many times you don't even know the differences in those words. And that's where the education is needed to know what you don't know about so that you can ask right kind of questions.
So listeners, as Amit said earlier, whether you want to buy, sell or finance, you will get unbiased comprehensive advice from Amit Inamdar, and that is his promise to you. So if you are in the market to buy, sell or finance, just give Amit a call at 510-364-6686, 510-364-6686. He will ask you many thought-provoking questions that will clarify your values. Once your values are clear, decisions are easy. Also, we had a whole show dedicated to buyer's remorse 2 weeks ago. You can find an archive of that radio show on Amit's website as well, which is ownsweethome.net. That is OWNsweethome.net, under the video section and Power Hour with Amit Inamdar.
Right. The education is the key to make decisions with confidence. The online webinar is a great place to start. You will know about the real estate markets, the history of Bay Area neighborhoods, whether it's a good time to buy today. How much do you qualify for? Yes, I will show you the tools that will allow you to qualify yourself. What is more, you will know about home buyer requirements. Some of them you did not know even existed. It also educates you on real estate contracts, real estate negotiations, loan programs, home warranties, and many such things. Once you are equipped with this knowledge, just call me to set up one-on-one appointment so I can understand your requirements, complete your loan pre-approval, and narrow down the neighborhoods that you and your family will enjoy for the lifetime.
As a first-time home buyer, you have a lot of questions. The webinar talks about the pros and cons of buying a condo, townhouse, or a single-family home. Free webinar will answer questions like, is it always a good idea to go for the best school district? Do you own a home for the lifetime, or your ownership is limited? What do you look for in the home search? Do you even know what factors need to be considered when you buy a home? What are your goals? How do they translate into home buying requirements? Is buying in a new community better, or a resale home is better investment? What does it take to make a strong offer that seller cannot refuse in this market? Everything is answered in the first-time home buyer webinar.
All right, guys. So it's time to take a leave. It's Friday, and have a great weekend. And my kids, Saurabh and Saukya, they're completing their 16th birthday. And happy sweet 16 and happy twin 16. And having a big birthday bash for them tomorrow. Happy birthday, Saurabh and Saukya.
Happy twin 16.
Own sweet home, own sweet home. I dream of my own sweet home. Right here, right now. Amit Inamdar will show you how. Call Amit and you are set. Or just visit ownsweethome.net.
DRE license number 01355522 and NMLS number 236574.